Hey there, this is Samsarah Morgan, your urban nana. And I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about reindeer. What about these reindeer? Um, there's several beautiful stories that are connected with the Santa story. And not so much that they're stories, that they are. Santa is a person whose stories have evolved around him through time and through culture. Um, and there are all these different pieces from different times and cultures and needs of human beings that have been distilled to give us the story that we know today as the Santa Claus story. So I want to share a few of them with you because they're cute. I love them. And it feeds into this whole conversation about whether a thing is real or not. I think certain concepts are real to humans over time, real and valuable. And part of what makes the whole telling of Santa in the modern day feel false or feel like it's a lie is because people don't know the why we tell this story. Like, why do we even engage in this? Um, and this whole rigmarole of gift giving and putting trees in your houses and all this other stuff. Where do all those traditions come from? Why do we do it? And they're good human reasons for why this has evolved. And most of our our traditions around Santa and Christmas time come from our ancestors in Europe, and those folks trying really hard to deal with the fact that there's certain times of the year that the world seems very harsh and unforgiving. Winter time, cold and snow, people would, I'm sure, die of the cold, um, and they needed hope. They needed um, something to hold on to stay close to each other, stay close to family, to get through these months in a prayerful and loving way. It's no surprise that Jesus' birthday, which historians and theologians know is actually in the springtime, March or April, I believe. Jesus' birthday was placed in the middle of all of these other holidays that were going on for people, because one of the things that Christianity did was to incorporate Christian beliefs very much into the beliefs that the people already had in whatever culture that Christianity was being given to, um, hopefully in a non-hateful way. But one of the things that was actually kind of genius was to incorporate Christian holidays along with the holidays that the people were already celebrating. Jesus is the light to a Christian thinker, to a Christian believer. Um, and all these other light holidays, as I spoke about in the first little video, um, are about lightening our homes, lightening our lives, thinking about good things, being with friends and family, and getting through what could be a difficult time if you're living in Sweden, where the snow can be up, as high as your house. Or, even the beautiful traditions that come to us from Britain, that come to us from Ireland, that come to us from places in the world where people really had a lot of fear and terror around this time of year, and were trying to get through it as best they could. So the story of this good man, St. Nicholas, and all of these other things that were already going on with the people merged. And as stories get told, and you played a tin can story, the telephone tin can game, stories get changed over time and meaning gets lost. So in order to restore this process, it's important to know why we do all the stuff that we do. Let me get to some of it. So uh, the Christian Santa Claus was a gentleman by the name of St. Nicholas of Myra. And he, as I've spoken about earlier, is the patron saint of children and of the poor. He gave gifts to kids, he gave gifts to the poor. And his story, um, preceding him, were the Germanic people's worship of the god Odin. And it is the god Odin who is is known to have led a hunting party to celebrate the festival of Yule. And he rode an 8-legged horse named Slep. Let me say this correctly. Sleipnir, which could leap great distances. And that could be one of the beginning cousins of our modern flying reindeer. The ancient Norse mythology talks to us about the legend of Thor, god of thunder. Thor is known to fly through stormy skies, pulled by a chariot by magical goats, named Gnasher and Cracker. So hilarious, I love that. Over time, Scandinavian winter festivals became associated with Christmas holidays and the exploits of the Norse god. And the Norse god, there was a costume made of goat skin, donning a manufactured goat head. Two men would prance around as goats, with sometimes having a third individual riding them. Christian folks were not happy with this kind of shenanigans, but they went on anyway, and people seemed to enjoy themselves very much. Another story about the reindeer and why they fly is looking at how Santa also is a modern counterpart of a shaman. And there are shamans that used to live and used to consume a very specific mushroom as part of their opening up and channeling and seeing, being one with the universe, process that the shaman in many cultures sometimes go through and use. And that mushroom is called the Amanita muscaria mushroom. And if you can look it up, you see it on YouTube. There's a pretty picture of it, and it's a red and white mushroom. It's a very Christmassy looking little mushroom. So according to this theory, the legend of Santa derives from a shaman in Siberia and the Arctic regions who dropped into the homes of local people through the top opening, which gives us the Santa coming down the chimney portion of our story. The shaman would drop down into the folks' dwelling and share with them this mushroom as a gift during this time of year. The reason why the shaman came down through the roofs is because the snow was so high that people were literally locked into their houses. And so that was the only way to enter and exit. So we have the shaman who wore red suits with white fur muffs, similar to our Santa regalia, and coming in bringing this gift of the sacred mushroom to people during this time. I'm just looking at a couple more things here. Yeah, this mushroom was really a powerful thing. And if you know about shamanic ways and shamanic ways of being, it is possible that, you know, the whole concept of like Santa taking a trip and taking a magical trip with the reindeer have to do with the fact that when you are a shaman and you're doing your journeying, channeling and journeying, you often do that with a spirit animal or a spirit creature who goes with you. It is possible that these monks / shaman, in taking their mushrooms, would journey with their reindeer companions. Shaman are folks to whom space and time do not matter. They travel without regard for space and time. It means nothing to them. And so, of course, being able to go the whole world around, giving goodwill and gifts to children, is very possible for a shaman. I just find this all beautiful. I just really do. And it you know, depending upon your family's belief system, there are families that have very solid earth-based beliefs in shaman and shamanic journeying, shamanic messages, belief in the fact that time is relative. I mean, there are scientists that believe that too. So the bottom line in knowing all of this is that this wasn't just plucked out of the clear blue sky from somewhere. All of these traditions and all of these things that we do have a, have a basis in how humans have lived and walked on this earth, how they believe today, and how we should continue to believe. The bottom line is that whether we're, the shaman, we're consuming mushrooms uh, for magical journeys around the world. Um, Generally, shaman are doing that for a good purpose, to give messages, to receive messages, to educate the people, to heal the people. And so to have him incorporated with the Christian saint who did well, who did good on the earth, who gave to the poor, who gave to little children, and then have that beautiful tradition result in parents surprising and pleasing their little ones on a precious Christmas morning is all to the good. So I share all of this with you with hope that you will take these traditions and build them, make them bigger, better, and more lovely in your lives. Um, I hope you've enjoyed these little videos. I look forward to talking to you again in the new year, talking about other issues of parenting and love and politics and God. Please feel free to send me any questions or comments. You can email me on lsamsarahmorgan@gmail.com. My blog address is www.urbannana.com. Have a wonderful holiday season. It's also Hanukkah's going on right now. It's another beautiful holiday of light. So I'm going to be posting some things about Hanukkah on my Urban Nana Facebook page. Please check that out. And to all of you beautiful families who are celebrating Hanukkah right now, many, many, many blessings. And Christmas is on its way. So, peace, blessings, and Happy New Year.